Sorry, I did not put it in the slide and I forgot that, so I'm trying to pull that right now. All right. I'll just recite. You guys can recite with me just for revision, then we'll go on the second one, okay? Dhritarashtra uvacha dharmakshetre kurukshetre. You guys can unmute. I don't hear anybody. Okay.
I don't know.
Dharmakshetre kurukshetre samavetaayuyutsavah mamaka pandavaschaiva kim kurvat sanjaya. We'll recite one more time. Okay. Dharma kshetre kurukshetre samavetaayuyutsavah mamaka pandavaschaiva kim kurvat sanjaya. Okay. So that's the verse we learned last time. And that's the memorization verse. We're gonna go on the second verse, which you can see on the screen, right? Everybody can see on the screen?
No.
You don't see?
It's just on one slide.
Okay. This, do you read what do you see on your screen? Like,
It just shows slide 1.
yeah, it's the same. Oh, it doesn't show is it changing for you or no?
No.
Okay. All right. Give me 1 minute. Okay. I gotta fix it. I'm not a techie person. That's the problem. No, I did this just see slide 1. They don't see anything.
Okay.
Do you see anything?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, now it's working.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So this one is the second verse we are doing today. All right. And we'll go word by word, in the sense like slowly in the beginning, and then we'll recite a couple of times. All right. Let's start. You can follow after me. Okay. Karpanya dosha prahata swabhava Karpanya dosho prahata swabhava Karpanya dosho prahata swabhava Pृच्छामि त्वं धर्मसम्मुद्धचेतः पृच्छामि त्वं धर्मसम्मुद्धचेतः पृच्छामि त्वं धर्मसम्मुद्धचेतः पृच्छामि त्वं धर्मसम्मुद्धचेतः चेतः
धर्म
धर्म समुदा
समुदा
चेतः
चेतः
यत् I'm sorry, I think it didn't go well with the lines directly, so we're gonna just go with the word by word. Yach Treya
Yatreya
Syan
Yan
Nishchitam
Nishtam
Bruhi
Bruhi
Tanme
Tanme
Sishyaste
Shishyate
Ham Sadina Mam
Ham
Sadimam.
Sadinam
So when it comes a little dash on the top, it says A. Sadi Mam
Mam
Twam
Wam
Prapannam.
Upanam
Okay. So the meter, all the Sanskrit verses have different meters, how it sings. So this sings in a different way. So I'll just sing. You don't have to sing it right now, but I'll send you the recording and you can memorize it later, okay? Karpanya dosha prahata swabhava prachami tvam dharma samruddha chetah yashan nishchitam bruhi tanme sishyaste hamsadimam tvam prapannam. That is how it goes. Okay. So I know it's gonna be a little tricky to memorize the whole thing at this time, but we can just read it couple of more times and then we'll go ahead, okay? You can read with me if you can, all right? Karpanya dosho prahata swabhava precchami tvam dharma samudachetah yatreya shan nishchitam bruhi tanme sishyaste hamsadimam tvam prapannam karpanya dosho prahata swabhava precchami tvam dharma samudachetah
Whatever I write, you can write it after.
यच्छ्रेयस्यान् निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यास्तेऽहं सादिमं त्वं प्रपन्नम्. Okay. So I know I couldn't hear anybody. I'm sorry that is it maybe a little too fast to learn, and the first time the pronunciation could be a little difficult, but that's okay. We're gonna just go through what verse is saying, okay? So can anybody volunteer to read the translation?
Amma,
Nitya, do you want to read the translation?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Now I'm confident about my duty and have what of composure because of
Miserly.
miserly weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrounded unto you.
Please instruct me. Right? So here, this verse is in the Bhagavad Gita where Arjuna is saying that I'm confused about my duty, and I have I don't know what to do next. And that time he's telling Krishna that, now you instruct me. I'm surrendered to you. So I want to just give you a little background how this verse comes in Bhagavad Gita. So in Bhagavad Gita, you know what it is exactly, right? We discussed this last time. In the war of Kurukshetra, when Arjuna was supposed to fight, like he stood up and he saw that there are all his family members right in front of him and they're ready to fight with him. So they're all cousins, brothers, grandfathers, uncles. They're all in the opposite side, and Arjuna is fighting against them. So when he saw everybody standing there, he gets really confused. Now, what to do because like he was thinking about so many aspects, and that's why he was confused, right? So he was like when he saw all the friends and family are like in front of him, he was very compassionate. The first one you see here, compassion. So he was compassionate towards them, and all the soldiers. They're gonna get unnecessarily killed just because if two people's fight. So he was compassionate that I don't want to fight, right? And then he was also thinking that he's like what's the use of the whole big kingdom even if he wins the battle. What's the use of getting the whole big kingdom when um there's nobody around, right? Like all the family and everybody is killed. What's the use of a big kingdom, right? So you tell me, let's say if you have a big island to yourself, right? And in that big island, it's everything is there, like whatever you want, games, watching, or, you know, lots of fun stuff, everything. But if you don't have any friends or family, you're by yourself. Would you enjoy that? No, right? So that's the thing. Like, even if he wins the battle and he will be the king of all everything, then he's not gonna enjoy if there's nobody around, right? His loved ones will be killed in the battle. So he was very confused, like, I don't want to do that. And then also he was fearful. You see the third, he was fearful that if I kill so many people, I'm gonna get sin. I'm gonna get sin of getting killed, like to kill. I'm killing everybody, right? So I'm gonna get sin for that. So of course, nobody wants to do that, right? And then he was also worried about what will happen to the generation after, because in the battle, they're all the men they're fighting. If they get killed, their kids are fatherless, right? And all the fathers will be gone. So what will happen to their kids, right? So Arjuna is not just being selfish, like he's thinking about everybody here. And in the last, he just tells Krishna, like, I'm very confused. There are so many bad things could happen with this battle, but at the same time, those bad things are in one side, and another side it's his duty to protect the dharma, right? So basically he gets very confused, like, I don't know, Krishna, what to do. So what does he do? He prays to Krishna at the end, like he's just saying, that's where the worst comes, right? He is telling Krishna, you know, I don't know what to do. Now you are my instructor. You instruct me. You are my guru. I surrender unto you. So before that, Krishna was his Arjuna's cousin and friend. Do you guys know that who was Krishna to Arjuna? You can see from the slide, right? He was his cousin. Arjuna and Krishna were cousins. And then uh, But when they are going in the war of Kurukshetra, of course, Arjuna was on the chariot, but Krishna decided to be his charioteer, but he's his cousin. And after this verse, Arjuna surrenders and says to Krishna that now you are my guru. You teach me, you tell me what to do, and I'll listen to you. Right? So that's a very important verse, and you understand the meaning now that without surrendering or to Krishna. Okay, you know what? Let's do this. When you're confused, when you're confused in your life, at any point, where would you go? Unmute yourself. Tell me. When you're confused or do something like you need to do. Yeah. So, Nitya, I see Nitya. I don't know anybody else. If I see anybody, give me 1 minute. I see Nitya. All right. Anybody else? Raised hand. If you're confused, where would you go to ask? I don't see anybody's hand except for Nitya's hand. Nobody else want to try? What is MK and Komal Patel? What, I don't know who's.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah, tell me, where would you go when you're confused?
Ask for advice to experienced person. Ask advice from the experienced person or more mature person. To
Yeah,
friend,
a friend or maybe a parent.
relatives, yeah, parents,
Yeah, parents. I mean, like for kids, I'm talking about. I don't know who's this.
parents, yeah.
Okay.
Teacher,
Yeah, teacher. Yes, you're right. Or somebody who you trust, right? Somebody who you trust, right? Like your friend as yeah, friend, or mostly in your cases, parents are the closest, and you know that they care for you, and they are the one who are, your well-wishers, right? So you trust them, and definitely you go to them. So here, uh, Arjuna is completely surrendered to Krishna. He trusts Krishna. He's his friend, and he knows that he's the supreme personality of Godhead. He is the Lord himself, and that's why he surrendered unto him, right? So that's the verse. All right, now the next thing we're gonna learn. This is about the words for today, and that's gonna be memorization words. And I'm gonna basically in the group, I'll read it again. And next time we're gonna we want you to memorize that word. So the memorization is very important because it's proven that if you memorize Sanskrit verses, it's very beneficial to your memory and your brain because it has some effect. Sanskrit has a special effect on your brain. It really improves your memory, and for students, it's very important, right? Isn't it? Yes or no? Is it important to have a good memory?
Yes.
yes.
Yes, right? So
Yes.
that's why it's very important to do memorize our verses, and of course that's our scriptures, right? So we need to do that. So that verse we're gonna memorize. And now we're gonna go on to the next section of today's class. So do you know what's coming now? What's coming up?
14th January.
14 January. Do you know what it is?
Lohri.
Kite
Lohri.
flying day. Kite flying day.
Very good. Some people know as a kite flying day, some people know as Lohri, and some people like in different parts of India, it has different names, right?
Makar Sankranti.
Makar Sankranti. You're right. That's what we're gonna talk about today. All right, Makar
Oh, see,
Sankranti.
we saw kite yesterday. Kite
Oh,
flying day.
Yep. But in every part of India, it's celebrated differently, right? So I know they're from people from Gujarat. They do kite flying and they call it Uttarayan, right?
Yeah.
People from southern part, they call it Pongal. Who's from Tamil Nadu? Who's from Tamil Nadu? Is anybody from? Ah, there you go, Rishan. So you have Pongal coming, right? Yeah, and then some people are from, they must be from, and in
Pongal.
Maharashtra and Karnataka, it's called Makar Sankranti. So uh, we have Ansh from, yeah, I mean, his, yeah, Makar Sankranti is called from South India. Is there anybody from southern part of India? Nobody? Nobody is from South India? Okay, Nitya, where are you from? You're muted.
Andhra,
Andhra, okay. All right, yeah, Andhra's, I mean, I know they call it Sankranti in Andhra. Yep. Sat Satya,
Is Telugu from South India?
that's right.
Yeah, then I'm from
So
Telugu.
you're from Andhra, yes? Andhra has, they call it Sankranti, and it's a very big festival. So all over India, basically in north, it's called Lohri, and in eastern part, I never heard of that. In Assam, it's called Magh Bihu and Pushna. So basically different parts, different names, but we all do celebration. It's just like, and here we have different, like in Western countries, they have festivals. So this is one of the biggest festival in India. It is 14 January. It's not exactly, we celebrate on the day of 14 January, but it's about this that time period when sun is going towards the north. It's moving towards the north. So you see in the slide, right, that people are putting rangolis on the floor and flowers, and they cook special meals and stuff like that. And
Ooh.
in certain part of India, they decorate cows. Do you know that they decorate cows and bulls? Because those in olden days, people were doing mostly farming, right? Farming in India, farming was a very prominent thing. And because of farming, when the sun goes a little bit in the northern direction, uh, the summer's kind of, it's hot season gonna start now. So more crops, and it's very important for the farmers. So, and for them, a very important role to be played, like bulls play a very important role in farming, right? It used to be. Now they have tractors and all kind of machineries, but in olden days they had bulls for farming. Have you seen that pictures or old movies or somewhere? Yes, right? So that's how they decorate cows. And actually in certain part of India, like in Gujarat, I mean, I'm not sure if anywhere else also, but they do worship cows on the day of Uttarayan, or on the day of Sankranti. It's very auspicious to do a cow worship, right? So see in the pictures, people uh, cook nice meals and offer to the lordships, right? All right. You can guess this picture from, right? Where is this from? Gujarat, right? It's the state of Gujarat. People do kite flying. They go on their terraces and fly kites. And it's not basically it's all celebration different ways. People celebrate somewhere they're decorating cows, and somewhere they are putting rangoli, somewhere they have kite flying. But basically it's all about festivities, right? It's all how you're celebrating in your thing. But the main portion, you see here, the reason we are celebrating is the sun. You see the sun? It's a winter path right here. And the sun basically goes a little bit towards the north. That is what it's called, Uttarayan. Uttar means, and Sanskrit Uttar means north, right? Uttar means north, and Arayana means basically the sun is moving towards the north. So it is called Uttarayan or Sankranti, whatever. There are different names as we saw. But so that's why we celebrate this. And it's very important for the people, for the farming, right? That's why we do that. But it's not just that. It's just not about sun. It's about farming and sun, right? So we saw that in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Gita 4.1. Who wants to volunteer to read what is on the screen? Satya, do you want to read?
The personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, said, I instructed this imperishable science of yoga to the sun god, Vivasvan. And Vivasvan instructed it to Manu, the father of mankind. And Manu in turn instructed it to Ixvaku.
Very good. I know it was a little difficult names, but you did good job. So in our culture, or in Sanatana Dharma, basically all the like sun, or even earth, Mother Earth, right? Bhumi, or let's say River Ganges. We think all of them, we personify them in the sense it's not just the globe, or it's not just like physical thing. In our culture we personify that. So personify, that means those are actual devatas, or they're actual demigods in the spiritual world. Of course, you don't see them here as a person, but they are in the spiritual world. With Krishna, they are all people, right? Like sun god. Krishna says that I told this Bhagavad Gita to sun god, and even his name is given here. See, his name is Vivashwan. So Krishna in the spiritual world, when he's with his all associates. And okay, let me give you example. So we have a president of United States, right? Right? We have a president. Do you think the president is doing everything, all the things by himself? Let's say you have a problem in your house with the electricity. Do you call the president? No. You call a local person, right? Who is responsible, right? And if you have a problem with your, like small things, you don't bother president, right? So that's how. But president, if you write a letter to president, of course he's gonna answer, and he knows what to do, right? He will guide the right person towards you, right? So it's always important. It is important to go to a president, no doubt. But I just want to give you here example of, let's not get into that. But the thing here is Krishna is the supreme Lord and sun god, or any other devatas, they're like their ministers. They're working for him. Got it? So here, Lord, sun god, he's under Krishna, right? So Krishna initially he told Bhagavad Gita to sun god, but then slowly when time passed by, it was forgotten, and then Krishna says the same Bhagavad Gita again in the Kurukshetra war to Arjuna. Okay, so that's the history behind, like, sun is important basically. So everything related to sun, like here in Uttarayan, we see it's important. So that's why we celebrate Uttarayan. Okay. All right. Now you see this picture. Who's familiar with this picture? All right, Krishnangi. Go ahead. Go ahead, Krishnangi. You want to speak? You raised your hand.
It's one
Yes.
never mind.
Don't hear you. I couldn't hear you, Krishnangi. It's all over. All right. Who knows? Who else? Does anybody else know what's this picture about? Okay, Komo. I mean, whoever is the.
Yes, Bhishma Pitama.
Okay. All right. Yes. Any kids would like to know? Like, does anybody know the little bit of story about Bhishma? Any of the kids don't know? Okay. So, okay, let me tell you. Bhishma was actually great grandfather of Arjuna. Okay. The Arjuna, like we just saw, right? Arjuna, who was one of the 5 Pandavas, and Bhishma Pitama is his great grandfather. But when Arjuna was fighting against the Kauravas, because of the duty, or Bhishma Pitama, like Bhishma, the grandfather, he had to stay toward, like, on the Kauravas side because of his duty, or and Duryodhana was a king, so, and he was on his side, and Arjuna was, Pandavas were on the other side. So Pandavas and Kauravas on the opposite side, and Bhishma was fighting from Kauravas side. So at the, when Arjuna, he wanted to of course kill all of them, and that's why he was confused. You see that he had all the family members in the opposite party, and he didn't want to kill them initially, but still he decided to do it. And this is the picture where Bhishma Pitama is getting he was pierced by so many arrows from Arjuna put him like so many arrows. And Bhishma actually had a boon. Do you know what was the boon? Don't know?
A
I was
wish?
Immortal?
What? Ashi?
A
Tell me.
wish?
No, he had a boon, like boon in the sense,
Oh,
like he was he would not die if somebody wants him to die. Like he will die just by his own wish. Let's say if somebody kills me, then I will die right away, right? But even after
He's
so many
immortal?
arrows, he did not die because he had a wish, like he had a boon that he would die
what's
when
that?
he wants to die, right? So he did not die even after so many arrows piercing him. And he wanted to die because he was a devotee of Krishna.
Wish.
He wanted to just die after looking at Krishna. When he will come in front of him, then only he wants to die. So he dies on the day of Uttarayan, or the Makar Sankranti, which is coming, right? So he left his body on that auspicious day. So Makar Sankranti is not just a celebration. It's basically it's a starting of an auspicious time. It's a good time starting, right? Uh, it's very detailed for you guys, but it's depending on the grahas, the good times and bad times come. So this is going to be a good time is coming now. So that's why Bhishma decided to leave his body on a good time, right? Do you guys know that in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that, all right, now who wants to read this? This is the verse I was talking about. Nima, you want to read? Oh, Ashi, you want to read? Go ahead, Ashi.
And whoever at the end of his life quits his body, remembering me alone at once, attains my nature. Of this there is no doubt.
Yes. So now Krishna is saying that whenever, whoever at the end of life remembers me, comes to me, there's no doubt about it, right? So you see that Bhishma, he wanted to completely remember Krishna, and he wanted to see him in front of him, and then that's how he left his body, and that's how he goes back to Krishna, right? So it's very important. I mean, in Bhagavad, I don't know, you'll see when you grow up a little bit in Bhagavad Gita also, it says that when you leave your body in a certain time, then you would go back to Krishna, right? I mean, but still, devotees of Krishna, they always go back to Krishna. Krishna will take care of him, right? All right, so that was a thing about our Makar Sankranti or Uttarayan. All right. So now it's my time. My time to speak is done. I want everybody to share one point which you learned or which you would like to apply or anything, whatever you like from the class. One thing. Think about it. Nitya goes first. Let's go.
I like the story.
I couldn't hear you, Nitya.
I like the story.
You like the story? Okay, story about
Bhishma.
Bhishma story? Okay, good. All right. Ansh?
I didn't know that Bhishma left his body on
Day of Uttarayan? Like Sankranti? Yes, there you go. Something new you learned today. I'm glad. Okay, Ashi?
Arjuna's 5 reasons not to fight.
Oh, cool. I like that. Did you write it down? What did you write? Tell me.
I didn't really finish it because I was still writing, but
Mhm.
I wrote compassion, enjoyment, fear of sinful reaction, and destruction of family. That's all.
Very good. And the last one was basically, indecision. That means he was very confused about that. So that's a very, very good point. You learned that, he was confused. And why was he confused, right? Very good. Okay. All right. Who else is remaining? Everybody got to share one thing, one little thing. Doesn't matter. Yes, Rishan?
Arjuna was confused about the fight and he didn't know what to do.
And then important part is he surrendered to Krishna. That's the most important part. When we are confused, we go to Krishna. Of course, you can go to Krishna anytime. You can pray to Krishna anytime and every time, actually, right? Okay. Very good. Satya?
I also like the 5 reasons Arjuna would not fight.
Very good. I like that. Yep, it's important. Yes, Ms. Komal Patel.
Different name of Uttarayana in different part of India.
Oh, okay. Very nice. That's good. All right. Nitya, Nimai, Shlok. Those are unspoken, like they didn't speak anything. Would you like to go ahead?
Yeah,
Nimai?
same as Anj. I didn't know that Dhritarashtra actually died like
On the day of Uttarayan. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Shlok?
I learned that January 14th is a very special day. And on January 14th,
Mm-hmm.
the biggest festival in India is celebrated.
Okay, very good. All right. Uh, who's this? Arvin? Ar Ar Ashwin, Arvin. I don't see any and some it could be parents' names too. I'm sorry for that. But somebody's Richa, Kaushal, Ashwini,
Yeah.
Jada.
Actually, I'm
What?
joining. I'm Ashwini, so I joined for my account. So here is Ira. So I want to introduce her.
Okay.
And
Hello, welcome.
then,
All right,
yeah,
nice. Where are you joining from?
from today only we joined, and we joined a bit late. But whatever you told after that, so it was really informative for us. So she also like, what do you learn about Sankranti? So she just, yeah.
That's very nice. Okay, welcome.
Yeah.
You which part of the world you're joining from?
So we are in US right now. So, but we are from Maharashtra, India.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Because we have some people joining from Ireland and some people are joining from, I don't know, different parts of the
Okay.
world. So that's why we have this noon class. So,
My
yeah.
Yeah.
fam
So
my
right now
fam
we are. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
my family's from Maharashtra too.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow. Great.
All right.
Nice to meet
Very
you.
good. Any other takeaway point? Ruhanika, did you share anything? Would you like to say something? No? Aradhya, Ruhanika? Any one point you can share, it's fine.
And then that Makar Sankranti is celebrated in different parts of India.
Okay, okay, very good. I'm glad you guys are like more aware of the festival because this is very like being in Western countries, we don't even know what festivals comes and goes, and why do we do that? So it's I'm happy that you guys understood a little bit. There is one comment I wanted to put that in. Okay, somebody said something.
I like the Gita story.
You like the Gita story? That's good. All right. Okay. So, I'm gonna just go ahead. Oh, there is a chat. In the chat, there is Arvind says, I didn't know Dhritarashtra carried a boon that made him immortal. Yes, yes, very good. Nice points you guys are catching. Yep, it was not Dhritarashtra, he was Bhishma. Bhishma had a boon. His name was Bhishma, not Dhritarashtra. Bhishma had a boon that he can die whenever he wants. So he decided to die on Uttarayan. Okay? All right, so here we almost ending here. I know I missed some of the kids, but I'm sorry. When I don't see your cameras, I don't connect well, but it's okay. All right, so this is the worst. If you guys are okay, we can read one time and then we'll call it a day, okay? All right, this is gonna be your memorization verse, and please try to remember this. I'll try to put it in the WhatsApp group, how to pronounce it, and then you can go ahead and memorize it. Okay, good for memory. All right, ready? Let's go. कार्पण्यदोषौ प्रहता स्वभाव पृच्छामि त्वं सर्वसम्मुतचेतः यच्छ्रेयशान् निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यास्तेऽहं सादिमं त्वं प्रपन्नम्. Okay, very good. All right, thank you everyone for joining. And one more thing, on Sankranti, as now you know, it's very, very auspicious. Oh, Nitya wants to say something? Yes, go ahead, Nitya.
My mom wants to talk.
Hare Krishna
Oh, yeah.
Mataji.
Hi, Krishna.
Yeah. What slokas were done so far? Nitya didn't memorize all slokas. Only she memorized couple of only one.
No problem. No problem, Mataji. Like, actually, now we have more kids joining. Like, some are new also. So we are trying to kind of, we're gonna go ahead and do it like we are revising kind of some of the verses.
Okay.
So it's okay. So from new year onwards, basically we're just gonna. So far we did 2 verses, so we'll try to memorize those 2 verses.
So which verses, Mataji? 2.7 and
The first one is like 1.1, and the other
1.1.
one is today's one, like 2.7.
Okay, I will make sure she will memorize that.
Yeah. It's just like it's good for them,
Yeah,
basically.
she loves
So,
Mataji.
yeah,
My
it's
I
good
would
to
say it's my
memorize.
mistake. I didn't. No.
Yes.
She has it with her. Yeah, I will make sure she will learn.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure. Thank you,
Hare
man.
Krishna Mataji.
Ashi, you want to say something?
Which one is the 1.1?
Okay, so that one I did not put it in the slide, but if you Google it, Bhagavad Gita verse 1.1, and it'll come up. It's
Okay.
Dhritarashtra Uvacha Dharmashetre Kurukshetre, the first one we recited, but it was not. I forgot to put it in the slide, so you didn't know. But yeah, I wanted to tell you guys one thing that as you know that it's a very important day, a Sankranti for everybody. So can you guys do one thing? Like you guys cook something or not cook or make you could make something very simple or just cut fruits or something and you offer it to Krishna or like wherever your temple is in your little house. Where like in your house you have a temple, right? Everybody has a little place to worship wherever you do. Make something nice, sweet, like it could be and it just be creative, maybe milkshake or some sweet yogurt, Srikhand, or whatever you want. Or cook something, absolutely no problem. And you can offer it to Krishna on Sankranti. Okay? Does it sound like a plan?
Yes.
Yes. All right. No, nobody is doing thumbs up. I mean, just 2 or 3 people. All right. Remember to offer something to Krishna on the special day.
Show
Okay?
something. I want to show something. See, I make Uttarayana food first time, and I really enjoyed it. This is what we make in India.
Okay. I don't see your camera is off.
Oh, let me see. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Okay. This chicky.
Yeah, this is peanut chicky, the rice crispy, and sesame seed chicky.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, there you go. So before when we cook something, we should offer it to Krishna first, and then we are free to eat. So yes, please try that at least one day to start with. Okay? All right, everybody, you have a good Sankranti. Have fun. You take care.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Krishna.
Happy Sankranti. Bye bye.
Krishna, bye.
Krishna.